All right, let's talk about that little magic wand for your car, the key fob. You know, the one that locks and unlocks your car with a click. But what happens when it just stops working? Well, it's probably not broken, and I can tell you it's definitely not magic. The reason is actually all around you, completely invisible. And just so you know, what we're covering here is part 6 of a big 20-part tutorial. It's called Radio Frequency Interference Beyond Wi-Fi, a consumer guide to common disruptions and frequencies. This guide is from the experts at RFI Detectives who are part of the Virtualization Options LLC family. I mean, you've been there, right? We all have. You're stuck in a parking lot, clicking that button over and over. You do that weird thing where you lift your arm way up high, point it at the car like you've got superpowers, and nothing. Your car just sits there, completely ignoring you. But what if the problem isn't your key at all? So, what's the deal? Your first thought is probably, ugh, the battery's dead, or maybe the whole fob is just shot. But what if something else entirely is going on? What if your little key fob is fighting an invisible battle that you can't even see? See, your key fob isn't magic. It's just a tiny radio transmitter. It shoots out a secure, coded signal to your car's receiver to get it to lock, unlock, or maybe even start the engine. The thing is, that signal has to travel through the open air, and that journey, well, it's not always a smooth one. Think of that journey as trying to cross an invisible battlefield, because the air all around us, it's not empty. It's more like a super crowded highway, just packed with all kinds of radio signals flying everywhere. And here's where it gets really interesting. In North America, our key fobs all operate at 315 megahertz, but over in Europe and Asia, they use 433 megahertz. Because they're all standardized, it means that in a really busy parking lot, you could have hundreds of cars all trying to listen on the exact same, very, very crowded channel. This is the perfect analogy for the problem. Your key fob is essentially trying to whisper a secret code to your car, but it's doing it in an incredibly loud, crowded room where all these other signals are basically shouting over it. And all that shouting, all that noise, that's what we call radio frequency interference, or RFI for short. So, who are these noisy party crashers making it impossible for your car to hear your key fob? Well, let's unmask the unseen enemies, the usual suspects behind all this RFI. Okay, first up, you've got what we call unintentional interference. Think about powerful stuff like cell phone towers or other big pieces of wireless infrastructure. Now, even though they're on totally different frequencies, their signals are so powerful, so loud, that they can just overwhelm the sensitive little receiver in your car. They completely drown out your key fob's tiny voice. And then you have the much more sinister side of things, intentional interference. Yep, I'm talking about criminals. They use illegal devices called jammers to blast noise on these exact frequencies. Their goal is simple and honestly pretty scary. They want to block your lock command, so you think your car is secure as you walk away, when in reality, it's unlocked and totally vulnerable. So we know the causes now. But how can you actually tell if you're a victim of RFI versus just having a plain old dead battery? Well, it turns out the symptoms are actually pretty distinct. The symptoms usually follow a pretty clear pattern. At first, it might just be a delay. You have to click the button 2 or 3 times for it to work. That's your car's receiver struggling to hear the signal through all the noise. But when that interference gets too strong, the signal gets completely blocked. That's when you're forced to dig out that old-fashioned metal key. So here is the most crucial clue. If your key fob works perfectly fine at home, but consistently fails you in one specific parking lot, the problem isn't your key fob. The problem is the location. This geographical pattern is the absolute smoking gun for RFI. And parking garages are a perfect example of these RFI hotspots. You've got a high density of cars, all with their own wireless systems. Plus, all that concrete and metal acts like a crazy hall of mirrors for radio signals, bouncing them everywhere and creating these complex patterns of interference that make it incredibly difficult for your car to pick out your one specific signal. Now, as if all that wasn't complicated enough, this problem gets even more complex with newer cars. The latest keyless technology, what we call passive entry, introduces a whole new set of challenges. This is that system where you can just walk right up to your car with the key in your pocket and the doors unlock automatically. It's incredibly convenient, right? But that convenience comes from the fact that your car and your key fob are in constant or at least periodic communication with each other. This always-on communication makes these passive systems way more vulnerable to all that random RFI we've been talking about. But it also creates a new, much more targeted threat, the relay attack. This is where criminals use special devices to capture and amplify your key fob signal, tricking your car into thinking the key is right next to it. They can unlock and even start your car, all while your key is safely inside your house. And this all really leads to a bigger question. We love the convenience of our wireless world, but every new single we add just adds to the noise. As our airwaves get more and more crowded, is the magic of keyless entry really worth the risk of being locked out? Or maybe even worse? It's something to think about the next time you walk up to your car.